Following updates.
What's the odds of that happening?
Oh my god. Fucking high odds. Alright, let's start with the watch list and then we'll talk about 10%.
Thank you.
Alright, let me know when you guys can see my screen.
Okay, but
Oh my god, somebody's mic's super loud. Is that you, Red?
I don't hear it.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's mic is like screaming. I know it's not a dumpster. Alright. Sorry, share or share?
Yeah, I can see it. Thank you.
Alright, so let's kind of look at ES. I guess we can switch to ES1. Ooh, okay. Well, let's just refresh the charts. So as anticipated, we're getting this nice little drop. And where are the buyers? So this will be a really nice level if we decide to push back up. To do what here?
Reject.
Short. Yeah, shorter here. We have a little bit of support right here. That's where we are approaching right now. So you can expect a nice little bounce in this area.
Just broke.
Did it?
Yeah,
No.
they're buying it back up though.
I expect them to be very strong here. This 3995, 4,000 will be a strong call. Actually, I have an order in on futures right now for 4,000 buying here.
I just shorted it for $8 in a demo account.
Oh, good job. And then we'll take a look at a little bit more. I mean, this is a little bit of congestion here. It looks like 3908 will be a nice level here. This kind of right here. We can take a look at this buying right here as well. And this straight pin here. You guys can probably guess what kind of volume profile we had. I mean, we did leave epochs here. 4108. On 3960, 3976, we got epoch. And one right below here.
Yeah, there's a pretty good shelf of 3977, 3980 right at that VPOC as well.
Yeah, this is a, if they dump it here, you know, kind of kill some shorts, more shorts, pretty good level. And that's a big old candle. I don't know if you guys check the daily candle. Look at that. That's a massive drop here. I would think we're headed somewhere around here, and then even like 39, maybe 45, this area. Yeah, the 39.50 area is probably not bad for counting a level on here. So if we gap up, it just depends how we open. We already gapped down. It's going to add a little bit of complexity. If we open below 4,000, Then we got to use the volume profile for the day high, you know, for the drop all the way down to see where the sellers are. So something like this, right? You want to know where the sellers are, and sellers seem to be at 41, 40, 50 here, where we accumulated and sold off, and that was a massive POC here as well. Let me see this. It's like it really starts here about 39.76 and then 50 below. So we can play those levels. Then upside, if you're able to regain this value area low here, it might mean something, but it's also a good level for short. Hopefully that makes sense.
And that was the high to the low.
High to current low. Yeah. And whenever you have these gap downs, a lot of these levels, these big levels stay intact, but some of these, like this one is good, but when you look at it, for instance, on 15 minutes now, you know, you have a bear after a bear flag, right? Bear flag, bear flag. You're probably going to get a low bounce. Probably going to get a little bounce here, 40.31 up to this one. And if you break this, then you can make a nice little run. So if you take a look at this sell-off here, let's say from here to current, you know, there's not a lot of volume that dumped this right now. And then if you look at it even more, it could have a nice little push here to the value area, high, low. And if we get back in, then great. And then, you know, just be aware of the previous day session. So this is your value area, you know, low here, and this is your POC, which is kind of 4,100. I don't think we're going to be touching these fairly soon unless something changes, but just be aware of this level here. If you're able to reclaim the 40.52, then there's a high chance, 80% chance we go to the 41.40. And I'm not betting on bullish formations yet. We are in a bearish play now, right? So you want to be more biased towards bearish side than the bullish side. Fine. I guess don't read the notes because it's going to scare you, but yeah. I mean, these levels are still right on. Trying to put this at 500. No, 400, sorry. Let's just check this volume profile here. Yeah, so there's some support here, 4241. Yeah, I see that. So this might be a nice little support, and also a little bit of support here. Tiny a little bit. So these would be the levels that we want to play. And if you guys remember, you know, this was the easiest probably to play right below the 410. We really could have, you know, if you didn't benefit from this dump, I mean, it was telegraphed perfectly here. Below 410, that was beautiful. Now we have, you know, 400 and 397. I would expect a bounce on SPY if you look at this on higher time frames. So I draw this guy here. Have this 398, which is your value area high, and if you look here, we bounced from it before, so I wouldn't doubt that we're going to bounce there as well. And then that 400 psychological number is there as well, and then the one below that leads all the way to about 390, which is our VPOC here as well. So I think we already got the levels. We just got to see how we open tomorrow. Previous day session high, I mean, this will be the value area low. We're probably going to open below it, so you want to look for the rejection around that level off the value area low. I mean, all the levels are still intact here, every single one. Tomorrow open will be really, really important. All right, so we still got about $4 all the way to up to here. So again, same story. The POC is really close, so since we're gapping down, it'd be great. You know, if they go to about 303, then they might get a little bounce and then enter it back short here. You want to watch that POC there. This will be a nice little rejection if they can pull that off. And then 296, if I remember, this was a really nice shelf here. Yeah, so this shelf here should offer some relief for the bulls, right? So 296.69, potentially a nice bounce zone. But then if you look at this major shelf here, I'm pulling it all the way up here. Look at this POC here, 282. And I know I'm going to go long here, so I'm just going to patiently wait for it to come back, save a lot of cash. I'll buy here and I'll sell here so I can get about $16 move and buy 1 month out whenever this approaches. Does that make sense? So if you want to learn swinging, I'm giving you an idea right now. This is where you want to be looking for a buy. There's going to be a bounce here, I'm pretty sure. On this value area high at 302.95, there's going to be a bounce here. If we break that, then they're going to trap a lot of people here because it's a 300, and they're going to bounce from here. And if they miss this, then a short retest, and then boom, we go here. And this is a great, great, great buy zone for me.
Can you drop that in your charts? Screen print that and drop that in your charts.
I'm going to drop all of these tonight. I dropped 4 of them tonight.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And just FYI, so let's look at this real quick just so you guys understand. From naked chart perspective, right? So if you look here, this particular level, like, would you say this was a pretty nice resistance going into it, right? So this resistance here hit, you know, came back to this level here. We had a bounce. So now, since we broke this level, if we do come up to this level tomorrow, for instance, let's say we break the previous day POC, this is a pretty good level for shorting. This right here will be nice level for shorting. And then if you grab it from the top to the bottom, even if, you know, some news, they can pull something out of, you know, their magic hat. This would be great here at 315. This would be beautiful. And I'm pretty sure soon we're going to get that bounce. You know, 300, 315 is nothing they can't pull off in 2-3 days. So this would be a beautiful short entry here, guys. This is pretty much gold here. Okay. Any questions on this? So potentially let it dump, let it come up, and then we short it. And it just depends how it opens, guys. It's going to be fairly volatile, and there's a lot of speakers Monday through Friday, I guess. They don't have anything else to do. And they're all going to be lined up. One guy says this, one guy says that, and it can really kind of slap around in terms of price action. So your profits need to be quick. Yeah, I would not be shocked if we come here, and then get a nice little bounce off this 30-minute channel here, probably even 1 hour channel here. Yeah, I would think that this right here, this cluster here will offer some support. Somewhere around here, we're going to get some support. And it looks like it would be September 1st. That'd be Thursday. Okay. Any questions on this? And then tomorrow, just, you know, open 5 minutes, look at 5 days worth of data when you do start. and just see how we did. You know, obviously everything's gonna be above, so you're looking for the resistance. You're looking for a resistance point. So here, if you look, this is a nice little area of resistance right now. So if by any chance we push up, we need to consolidate a little bit before we, you know, leg down, leg up. But this is a nice little area right here that we can anticipate some rejections if we get some bull runs up. Okay. And then if we break below 305, that's probably easy $2 to this 303 level. I'll take that as well.
Where would we open? We'd be close to 3 right now, right?
We're gonna be, so it looks like, where are we? We are at 12,424. You'll be close to 3, yeah. You'll be close to, yeah, you'll be very close to this 304. How much down are we on NQ1? Does anyone have percentages? I have it on toss somewhere. Let's see, what is it?
5%.
Yeah, so let's take 1.55 off of Q's here.
1.58 now.
Yeah. Take that, 307, so what's that, like 5 points? 5 points down from here. So we're going to be right there at 302.40, right in this area. So I would expect this to hold and get a bounce. If this breaks, then we know we have the 300 level. And then here, I would suggest that you get out of puts here, but just be my guess. 296 will offer a bounce.
Yeah, it looked like NQ has more downside support closer than ES does.
So here's NQ. Let's just kind of look at it on higher time frame first. Oof. So look how many levels I had in this area. It came literally black.
You hit all of them.
Yeah, I nailed them. And look at this beauty. Does this ring a bell to anyone?
Hindsight's a bit.
Well, I mean, if you know the levels and shorting wise, this becomes very easy. You just have to be patient. Look how long you have to wait for this. So we broke through this shelf, which is pretty interesting here. This one did not hold at all. Where are you gonna hold here? So 12,000 is the next major shelf here. And then we got a bunch of tiny ones in between. A little bit higher more. And this one better hold here, otherwise it has a nice slow drop. Yeah, so 12.4 has to hold, otherwise 12.362.
Yeah, it's right at the VAL right now of that last run.
This one.
Yeah.
This is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? For my VAL's right here.
Yeah, what the hell am I looking at?
No idea, it doesn't look right on your side. It just dropped below the value area high on that dump here.
Oh, I did low to high, or high to low, high to current.
Oh, you did the sell-off.
Yeah, sell off one. Sorry.
Mm. Yeah, this here should be a nice little shelf starting right here. I don't know why this thing changed to red. Looks disgusting. Reminds me of high school. So this level here might offer some support. 12.4, if we break that, this might not be bad here. Yeah, this right here might not be bad level. To get some quick bounce on NQ. Man, this is already out of this. That's the only way to do this right now would be a parallel. No point in doing it, honestly. Top trend line, that's about it for now. And if this, you guys see what I see here? We talked about it before, but this was a nice little head and shoulders, like that, and it literally dumped. So if we are following the head and shoulders, we're looking about 7% from there. So you're looking at about, call it 12,000. Yeah. It's a big level. So 400 points, which is not bad. I hate this red color. I'm gonna have to redo it. That's a major area here.
Yeah, so I was looking at that, because you had mentioned a head and shoulder on SPY a while ago, and I was checking that Friday, man, and that was like, that drops it right at
Yeah,
3.
yeah, this was a nice one here. This was pretty nice. All right, so we got the four. I'll post those charts in Shorty's corner just so you guys can have it visually. What other tickers you guys want to look into? I think Amazon looks
Amazon.
probably the best for me in terms of, further down, right? So now we're going to have that 130 level, and now I would honestly short it right below it. If you're not in already, this is your level for shorting. And then you have a nice little gap, no volume, nothing here. You're going to have a little bit of trimming here, so this is pretty good. If we enter this area here, this is going to be great. And then just, obviously this whole POC here. So this POC, and if they're able to break that somehow, this would be a nice area short right here. If we get a pump.
Hey, Shorty, why below the 129? Isn't it just an open gap?
I said 130, yeah. Are you talking about this?
Yeah.
Just an even number. So it's a psychology of just even numbers. 130, once you get in, and a lot of people are going to hop in on the short side, driving the delta down, right? So this might just dump here quickly. And I don't want to be caught between, 130.50 and 130 psychological even number. I don't want to do that. Does that make sense? Usually psychological even numbers, they play a pretty big role because a lot of retail follows it.
You figure it's going to open below,
though. Let's see. I mean, I was still shorter on the retest at 130. Or then you watch daily price action and see kind of what's going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'll watch that on Amazon. This has probably the best. And you see here, previously had some 128.97, had a value area high here, 126.63. So just because there's a gap there doesn't mean that there won't be any buyers right there. And look, value area high right here kind of matches that 130. And this was the previous gap here, watch. Let's see. See the previous kind of gap level right here. You see that it bounced and it closed above it. Oh, never mind, maybe it didn't. Well, maybe the flat towers. I don't know how to read these. Well, let's see. I mean, even if it dips here, you could short on the retest or break out to the 130. And B, short below 195. TP right here on short. Would that work? If you guys had it? To a penny. So let's see what we got below. So on this one as well, if we're able to break 90 on this, I would look to short it to about $87 there. And I'll just remove all of this so you guys can see it. There goes the short level. There's a little bit of the 90.39 support last shelf if you guys looked at it. So you have this one, and I would just short it below this one here, 90.46. I'll probably round it down to, I don't know, this one looks good here, even below this number. If you're a little bit more about these psychological numbers, not even numbers, then wait below 90, but this is not a bad entry spot. I'd watch this tomorrow, because this has nice little room. Let me just see this run here. This is the value area low of this whole run here. Yeah. I'll watch this tomorrow. This has been a high watch for me. See in the video. Oh my god. Look at this, dude. So this dropped below this POC, run up and looked perfect. Came up here, busted through this zone. So this probably is going here to 160. So probably gonna bounce from this level here, I would say. Next real level here, I mean, where they get support is about one. You have this level here, 156. So if they lose 159.46, you know you have about $3 down. And then if they lose this guy here, I would say you have another $3. So high chance that it goes into this 150, the demand zone here. This would be the level I'm kind of watching tomorrow, right here. 159.46 and below, I'll short it here. Or even just 160, even take it down. But this would be a really good level here. Tesla, I'm assuming. Tesla might be, if it loses this 285, it really might be in trouble, because this to me looks like a pure distribution right now. Yeah, this looks like a nice little distribution here. High volume right into the supply, and now you're picking up the volume. So if the buyers don't show up here tomorrow, I would definitely short this. Let's see what the VP says here. Grab it from here. We have 281. So if we can go below 285, 281 is pretty good. That looks pretty good there. And you have a nice little shelf at 276, 273. I think they get some support here. Around 267, 270. And then, believe it or not, this is a great buy zone. I know I can't even post this on Twitter because people get too excited. But this is where you want to buy Tesla, 240. So it has another $40 drop here. And not a big deal, guys. It'll be just over 16% drop here. So I'd look to buy here on the shares on my Roth, somewhere right here. I mean, even if you look at this, it's still fairly high here.
Shorty, can I ask you something?
Sure, of course.
So those lines that you drew, why do you draw the lines at the edges of the shelf, not at, like, for the POC, you drew the peak of the POC, but on the levels above, like 270s-ish, you do the edges of the shelf?
Like this one here.
Yes.
So when the price is above it, I don't want to put it, I take the worst case scenario against me. I can put it right here, right? Or I could put it right here where the shelf is, right? At 271.28. But I'm playing the worst case, like right here. Like there's a chance that it can bounce here because that's where the volume started accumulating, and that's where there are some buyers. I could put it right here, but it would play against me.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and same for stop loss, right? I mean, I don't want to put a stop loss right here. Let's say if I'm going long here, I would put it, hey, I would put it right here. Let these guys fight it out, and I'll just hide behind the wall. So that's why we do that. And even like here, you see how this tiny little shelf, if you look at this guy here, tiny little shelf is where the support came from. So now when you go in here, this would be a good resistance or a good support, but it's going to bounce here. And then if you lose that level, which we talked about just now, let's say you lose this level right here, there's a high chance then you're going to, you have pretty much free fall here for $2, but there's a high chance that you would revisit this 250 level if you lose that. So about $5 drop.
Thanks.
So So let's see. I don't expect this bounce to hold much here. So if we break 285, guys, this is easy money on Tesla. 281. This is pretty good setup too. So Tesla number one. I'll watch AMD as well, and Amazon. Amazon, Tesla, and AMD top tier trades for tomorrow. So before somebody asks, oh, here goes Apple. This is just a crazy run.
Going back to 185, right?
This going back to 185?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's an RSI divergence.
Oh, that's
Question for you.
150.
yeah.
What happens if
Go ahead. Yeah, this has a gap fill here, so let's see if they hold it here tomorrow. If not, if they lose this support, that'd be great. And then if they, if they want to be mean and they want to pump this, what do we do here?
Sure.
This is the patient short right here. This is the money maker right here. You can get that, and there's a high chance that they'll might bounce it here, at that level, and go from there. Let's see, where's the rejection here? So value area 166. That'd be quite far, considering we gap down. What else you guys got? How did Google fare? Oof. Google should hold here. So this is one of my favorite things to do when we're accumulating. Just grab this and see where we are, right? This is not a bad price here for 108.40 for Google to bounce. This would be really, really good price to kind of start getting some calls on Google. I'd watch this tomorrow.
Hey, Shorty, the difference between ES and SPX is what?
SPX is just a derivative. There's no shares there. It just moves based on the underlying asset of phi. There's no shares at all. You can't buy SPX.
I got you. It's just options only.
Yeah, options only. It's mainly used for hedging. That's all it is for.
Okay, buddy. So it moves pretty much the same way SPY moves?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a derivative off of it. So
just kind of take a number out. Like if it's 490, if it's 4,200, it would be 420 and SPY.
Similar, yeah. Yeah, very close. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So here, I mean, overall, if you look at Google, it's a nice bear flag. If you take this dump from COVID, I'm just gonna go to the high here. When it comes up far like this, but this is a great entry for Google. I'll buy shares here. And then there's some here. I mean, if we lose this level right here on Google, which is 99.66, this is a fairly easy short to 90, guys. It's $10 drop right here. It's pretty much like. But then if you lose this level right below, you're going to see this little shelf that's kind of built up, and you see the volume here. I mean, 85.71. Yeah, is there going to be chop here? Yeah, it's going to be chop, but eventually, this guy here that created this huge imbalance, and you guys see him what he did right here. This is called trick. He wants to see how many people are willing to buy Google here off of the demand zone. Poop, he popped it up, said, "Yep, we got a whole bunch." They popped it higher, accumulated. I mean, look at this. I mean, they doubled their money, right? I mean, think about it. From here to there, they doubled their money. So now they're offloading their inventories. They're gonna, they have these huge drops down, and then they're gonna start slowly pumping it up, right? And this level here was pretty brutal on. They never really crossed it, but 122, 123 on Google brutal so far.
I don't mind.
And now we have value area from the whole run up is right here at 112.75. So if Google wants to run tomorrow, this is a big boy level, big level for short retest. I'll watch this tomorrow, and then just from the level right here, you guys see this POC 115. I don't think, maybe we get a $5 bounce in some case. I don't know what they can announce tomorrow, but if we do, this would be ideal entry for shorting right here. Because every time it came up here, you guys see how, it rejected it. Now that it dropped fresh, first time always reject, second time it breaks. So first time you come back and you're going to be looking short right around here somewhere. Okay. All right. What else you guys got? Any other tickers you guys want to look at? I'm going to type in snow. Man, that is a nasty candle on snow. This is ready to come back down. This is coming back all the way up here. 180. I would expect it to be somewhere around there.
Maybe Axie?
See. Okay, I'm praying that it comes back to a level I want to buy. They've been buying it. I mean, when I say they, Warren Buffett's been buying it. Yeah, I'm not interested until it comes back here. I want it back at 63 for share, so $10 drop, and I'm afraid to short it just because that maniac has a little bit of cash sitting around, so he can destroy you real quick. But if you're gonna play the retest, this would probably offer a nice low retest area right here. This area here for the retest, and I do believe oil is gonna continue. I think I'm never gonna get that fill at 66, 65 that I was looking for here that we had it. So the lost cause for me in terms of shares. If it comes back 57, it's a no-brainer. I'll buy it there. This is a great buy. We'll definitely watch this. I don't think we're gonna get that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is just heating up. Seems like something's about to pop here. If you're able to break that 95 here, this area, maybe even a little bit higher, 96.61. Watch out, futures are, the crude's gonna rip right through to the top. No, it goes 130s. I'd watch this. I mean, there's a lot of volume here, and then let's see where the sellers are. Yeah. Interesting. So, retest longs. Definitely watch this tomorrow. Okay, XL, let's check. It's not a good candle on XL.
What do you think about like coal in the macro?
Say it again.
Coal macro?
Call macro.
Yeah, from a macro perspective. Run up or not? Just based on Europe.
What, like coal, like the what you make energy out of?
Yeah.
I think it's
Thermal
gonna go.
coal.
Yeah, it's gonna go through the roof, man. If you pay attention to the prices in Europe, I mean, not only Germany right now, but there's a lot of shortages, and they're implementing some. I have a family over there. They're implementing some like crazy rules, like you can only turn on electricity here. You can only shower like once a day. They're literally putting up some major rules on that.
Yeah, because I was reading, because I did something on some met coal last year or whatever, and that's usually more expensive because they use it to make steel and whatnot. But they're talking about selling that for heating now, so it could drive the price of that back up, even though steel's in the shitter.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was thinking with that.
Yeah. So FSLR, somebody messaged me on this. I would only buy shares right here. I mean, it has 50% loss from here. You have to wait a little bit to get shares. This is probably coming back right here. And when I say coming back, this is going to come back to right here fairly soon. If you're able to lose that 113, I mean, there's nothing really stopping this. It's a really poor structure in terms of VPOX or POC here. Let me just check the data sessions. Yeah, so you have a lowercase b. I mean, this is a free dump tomorrow. I'll short it right below this, actually. I just think people fail to realize that even some of these companies like Tesla, are they really clean energy? You know, how many batteries does it take, for Tesla to run, and how much do you have to mine to get the necessary materials? If you short 121, you want to get out here. You're going to have value area, a little bounce here, nothing critical here. So we have $1 here, almost $3 here, dump. This should have a lot of epochs here. There's one right here, 100. So yeah, 100 is coming on this. But if you look at the 30 minutes, I would play, the break of this consolidation. One would probably put it even here. So 122.7 upside, then you have this value area here. But did anyone notice something here? Let me go in 10 minutes. Whoever gets a Mark Douglas trading in his own book. Something's sticking out here, and it's a high probable setup. Who's got it? You have 10 seconds. Anyone?
Nope.
Looking at the rising profiles,
Okay.
reversal segment.
Okay. Let's talk about the 80% rule here. Okay. If I go on 30, let's say I'm on 10 minutes here. So here's my previous day, right? This is my previous day profile here, correct? So now, if we are able to get into this profile, and what did we do here? Did we get into this? So here, we only held, we never stayed inside of it for more than 2 candles. So now, if we can get back in here, and we stay here for, let's say, 3 5-minute candles here, I'm telling you, there's a high chance you drop here from 121 to 120. $1 move, you can make money on this. There's an 80% chance that you're going to go from 121 to 120 once this dumps. Does that make sense to everyone? You always use previous day profile for 80% rule. If you use current day profile, it has a lot more fake signals than previous day profile. And if you look at this on SPY, it happens a lot, right? So obviously we're consolidating, but same concept here. This was, the current day. Once you got into this, I mean, they didn't even flinch here much. If you go on smaller time frames, you'd be able to see it. They really didn't give anyone a chance here. The only chance you had here is once the value area low was lost again, and the CVAH dumped here. But that's a nice setup here on the 80% rule. This has a really good chance here below 121.09 to dump. And then if it loses this area, the next value of interest is right here. So you're looking at about 119. So you have a $2 move on this stock. Where's the other one? This one's coming up. You guys need to keep an eye on this. Whoever's into solar energy and whatnot, this is the one that you want to keep an eye on. If you lose this 288, I guarantee you that it's going to go to 283 here. A really strong chance that it's going to go here. And once we lose that, I would have the guts to short at 283 here. So it has a little bit of 286, but if you look at the volume profile I'm buying right here, where would you guys anticipate the PSC to be? Once I click this, where would you guys anticipate it to be?
Around 284.
284.
288.
You got the double V pop.
Oh. Okay.
I'm telling you, once this breaks 283 is coming, we switch to calls here. At that point, something green energy news, something's going to come up with Russia, and some news are brewing on this green energy deal that Joe and the crew is pushing. So I'd look to get into calls here. Unless they break this and slice through it, then I won't touch it. But high chance that we go here. And I mean, this right here, let me make sure. Yeah, that's going to be my entry right here on this. I'd watch that tomorrow. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what else you guys have. Somebody said low. Oof, wow, what a dump. Man. I don't think it's ready yet, Mike. I honestly think this is going to be the biggest struggle in the economy right now. Is going to be this. The builders, the housing is going to slow down. People are not going to want to buy a house. And I honestly think this goes back to 160s. I mean, it's not bad to buy some shares here.
Yeah, I was looking like shares like 125 level.
Yeah, I mean, that level 137, there's a nice little shelf, but you'll get a bounce right here. Pretty certainly you'll get a bounce here. And then even this value area low, there's some people that are going to bounce it right here. So you can expect a bounce at 194, but for shorting purposes, if this breaks this 200 level or 199, whatever this is, if this short, I would definitely short this for $4. And unfortunately, these might all be played out tomorrow. But at least we'll have the level for the retest and buying and whatnot. And then if it continues, this level right here, we're going to short it as the next level. And they get a little bit of power here at 180. So if you see here, we rejected it. We came back, then they did a little bit of a trap, and then they ran it here. But this demand here never took out, like, they took out this supply here. It didn't take out any other major supplies, like where the imbalance happened. It happened on this supply. So this demand right here is not a great buy. Maybe this one here will be, but it was a nice push. It took out the previous lower high, another lower high, and then this whole imbalance where kind of heavy selling started based on the volume too. It never took that out. So I would expect this, you know, maybe add a little bit of shares of 150, a little bit, but not heavy. I just think the housing market has another leg down.
Cool, thanks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, same probably for HD. I'm being shorting Costco. Yeah, Costco is prime here. Yeah, I'll be looking at short Costco here at 530. This might make the top list right here. Oh yeah. Look at this profile here. This has a $10 drop tomorrow. And when I'm going through these stickers, guys, hopefully some of you guys are taking notes on levels. And I don't want you to look at 10, 15 different stocks. I want you to find 1 or 2 stocks tomorrow and focus steadily on those. I want you to just look at those and short them based off the levels, scale out and scale in, and the price is hitting your levels and going in your way, you scale in. Do not average down this week. Do an average down ever, but this week is definitely not the one that you want to average down on. What do you think will happen to market makers this past Friday? They were probably killed. So, you know, they're going to be coming for the blood this weekend. But, you know, how do they get blood retail? Well, quick price movement, reversals, and retail does not have stock. They know that. So they're going to be looking to make money off of them. So please be quick tomorrow. No full positions until at least you see, you know, what kind of day we're having, the trend day or what's going to be. I will not be surprised tomorrow, you know, if ES is still above 4,000. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, there goes the bounce. So, I mean, it's holding this level here. So let's see. I think tomorrow, if you're patient enough, unless they do it tonight, once this level breaks, and it will break, they're going to cause a little bit of a squeeze. Once this level breaks, you can be done for the day. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. Either tomorrow or Tuesday. Any news that any of those little Fed speakers give, it's going to give us the opportunity to bank on it. And we'll just watch it and let them guide us on the levels and everything. Okay, what else have we got? CC&J, is that cruise lines? No. I don't know what this is. Well, Facebook. What is it? Oof.
Uranium.
Uranium? Oh, this is a nasty candle here. I mean, if you're going to short, honestly, right here below 31, I just can't do all of this. We went to 5s and they had 35. Where are they based out of? The US?
Canada.
Are they based out of US or?
They're based out of Canada. It's one of the world's largest uranium producers. It's like 18%.
Wow. I mean, that's a pretty good monthly candle. If they can push this up a little bit more, that's on the monthlies, it looks like they want it to go higher, but I just can't believe where they accumulated this quietly here. While nobody was looking, they got it right here. Dipped it below. Man, if there's any, by any chance, they lose 50% here, which there is, this is a great zone to buy this uranium. I personally think nuclear plants and powers is much better than any of the shit that we are doing now. Yeah, and I would go long here on 2801. I'd pull the long trigger. I mean, this is a big boy level here. 27.95. Just put what it is. I'll forget. I never traded it before. I'll definitely watch this video tomorrow.
Yeah, it doesn't move fast.
Yeah, but shares, man. If you can buy them at 8, sell them at 30s. Oof. Man, I don't know what to think about this business. How many of you guys just randomly would do a cruise right now?
Fuck that.
Anyone else? Like, it just one.
They have to be on sale like crazy.
Man, I don't know what it would take for me to go on it. Honestly, I just don't know what they have to do for me to go on a fucking cruise.
Yeah, no kids, no wife, free alcohol.
I don't know what benefits why they have, but I'd ask for all of that. Like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing enticing me for a cruise, man. Just, I don't know if they're a done business. I know there's gonna be elderly that loves cruises and whatnot. I would not look at this. I am looking at Jets. If I can get shares right here on Jets at 11, guys, this is going to go back to 17, 18 by December. Does anyone know why?
The world thing that's going on with Airbnb and or not Airbnb, the thing over in Qatar.
Guys, it's a World Cup.
World Cup,
And,
yeah.
If you guys look up World Cup, and it's booked out. There's no more hotels. So this is gonna, I'm telling you guys, this is gonna bank. If we can get a chance to buy this right here, well, I mean, if I have a chance, I will buy the hell out of it. I will buy it like here. I can add some at 14, but if I can get it close to 11, it's pretty much gold. I don't think they're going to let it go below this level here. I'll watch 15 for a bounce. I honestly think it's going here, so I'll put some alerts. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Yeah, I definitely watch the Jets. This is just a very nasty monthly candle, so it'd be good if they dump it. That'd be nice. Let's see, SML. They kicked off this guy a lot. Broke the rising wedge. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, rising wedge. Yeah, so if it doesn't hold that 502, 500 level, it's in trouble. So let's see. Yeah, it's most likely headed here, 360s or something like that. Because it looks like this supply, the demand here was not very strong. I'll definitely short it below 500. That's probably the easiest money that you'll make here all the way to 480. If you're a little bit more risk averse, 494 to 479. Yeah, you could probably short it here, and then it has a little bit of, see how they react to that 515 level. They sliced through it. Oh, they had a bounce right there at the 515 level, so they're headed to 494. Yeah, I would definitely short this below 500. But I'm pretty sure for shares wise, the zone is around 360s. Let's see. PBF. Okay. What do they do? Shorting long? What is it that they do? Like, I know it's energy something, or what kind of energy is it? Yeah, this looks to be ready for a bounce here. At 36, 35, 36. It has a nice shelf and it's a value area high. So there was a lot of action here, and we broke above it. So this might be a good level here to go long. Oil and gas. This might be good. Is it U.S. based? Where is it out of? I don't know. Oof, my God, what's this? A VR?
No, China, the China bomb.
Goodness, dude,
And
look. This is a full body candle. You don't see these guys. Rarely do you see this. Where on a chart do you see this happen before? Identical, literally identical.
I was just going to say.
And from that candle low, you went, all the way to the $46 here. I don't know what they do. Maybe some kind of e-commerce site.
Yeah, it's like smaller Alibaba. Like number 2 e-commerce in China.
Yeah, so if this is lost here, I mean, it has 52 written all over it. Oh, it has a lot of freaking sales. Is this dollars?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but once again, it's China company, so auditing.
Yeah, I don't trust their accounting. I'm pretty sure neither do you. But yeah, I don't buy Chinese in my portfolios. Nothing against them, but it's just that their SOX rules are a little bit different than every other company on the stock market. So I don't mess with them.
Yeah, after the whole
That's
Baidu bullshit.
I totally forgot about that stock.
Yeah, Baidu and Tencent, I think I had. Was whenever China started their delisting games, and I lost a bunch of money on it.
Yeah, this is a beautiful bear flag here. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's Chinese or but this looks pretty nice. So this was a good short level here, just off of the candles, right? So this was your first touch, second touch, and then, as you're approaching this was a good short here. Now, if you look at this whole, should be around 60, 50%, or did it reject? So it reject, that it the opposite way. So 78.6 rejection here, never went above it. But this was the supply. I mean, everybody hit the same supply, including SPY, and so this candle here is, how's the daily? That's nasty, man. I mean, this is a good short on PDD. 55.76 has a nice little gap, and then 61.8 to 55. And I'm pretty sure there's volume, yeah, right there at the. Yeah. So I mean, you can get a nice little $2-3 drop on this right below this. So this is a free dump here, literally. This is free zone right here. I don't play it, but whoever plays it is pretty good. I don't touch these. Okay. Just for you guys, and I don't know if Sequence posted it. We're running kind of like a promotion for you guys. Whoever, if you refer members, I think he might have added like a name or something on the sign up page. I don't know. He told me what he was doing. I think he did. Where if you sign up people, we're going to enter in the drawing for Samsung, I believe, some kind of flip phone, latest flip phone from Samsung. So we'll give that away to you guys. And we have 50 spots open. If we fill them, great, and we'll lock down probably all the way till December. So for anyone that you guys want to join, make sure they join September 1st. We don't want them joining earlier because then the Patreon does some weird billing. They don't have like a monthly 30-day billing. It's always on the first, so you guys will be screwed. Just FYI on that, if anyone's interested and if you have friends that want to join. I know some of you guys have messaged me, so here's your opportunity if you want to help yourself and maybe get that phone. Okay. Seems like somebody wants to say something.
Would you look at Micron, please?
MU?
Yes.
Okay, the arrow is still there. Remember what we said about Macron? I don't know if you recall it, but in one of the watch lists we said when it comes to 65, 66, short the hell out of it. And we got that on August 15th. It came there, it dropped, and now you have to wait for this level to short it. 57.36. I mean, this level here offers, I mean, it's pretty easy short. That was a $7 drop written all over it. So if this is lost here, there's, I mean, look at the volume structure. What shape is this?
P.
If you're expecting that somebody's accumulating stocks, where would you expect the POC to be?
Bottom.
Yeah, we want to be accumulating on the bottom. So what this tells me, what does this tell you from the fundamental of buying and selling, supply and demand? Fundamentally, there was a demand here, right? We had a nice demand that got hit here from this shelf, but the buying really was just to initiate that demand, and that's it. I don't think it was meant to be going all the way up to here. And, you know, once they started selling, these people just want to get rid of their shares. That's what they're trying to do. They want to get it as high as possible and then kind of re-enter the supply. Because if I do this, where do you guys think POC is going to be? Let's see if you guys are thinking conceptually and visually here.
70.
If I add this sell-off,
72.
65, 56.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, think about this consolidation. So these people had a lot of shares, and what do you think they were doing here? Obviously, they, you know, they share their, you know, kind of hands, and they sold off out of this distribution. And you see, you know, flurry of bearish volume, and then all of this bearish volume, and all of a sudden, hey, never mind, we're going to go back up. Well, you know, look where they came, and that was the level we were shorting, was the value area low. Now that it kind of rings a bell, we were looking for this area to short it because that's where, you know, they sold it off last time heavily. And look what the retail did. They're like, oh, no worries, guys, we'll get that price back to you, and then you dump it in our face, and then you just repeat the cycle, and then you make more money, and we'll just keep holding on. Do you think retail, if they bought it at 51, they sold at 66? Yeah, no, they didn't. So now, of course, these guys are like laughing. Yeah, thank you guys, and now watch. We break this tomorrow, guys. You have pretty much free drop for $5 here. So this is a pretty good setup. Was it who brought it up?
I think it was storing.
Yeah, I think it was sorry. But I mixed her voice up with Bridget. This is a good setup here on MU. Here's another one from Taiwan. What's it called? TSM?
TSM.
Seems like they're accumulating this one. Yeah, they're definitely accumulating this. Let me just see now to the second peak here. Yeah, this is a nice shelf here. I mean, I don't think they would drop it. There's a flurry of buyers here. And, you know, me personally, I would not buy shares here, but if the situation is slightly different about the war in China and all that, I'll probably add a little bit of shares here. But if we lose, I would say this level here, what is this, 76, call it? Man, they're not going to give up till like right here, guys. At 56, I'll buy here even if they have a war. because then they'll start building other stuff for the war. So yeah, 56 is pretty good here. I would definitely watch this. And then we know heavy selling here. Let me just see how's the volume profile here, you know. Yeah, so we just lost value area low. So most likely we're headed here to 81.25. So if somebody has interest here, you could pretty much short this out of the gate, buy 2 weeks out and make 50%. It's probably headed right here at 81.59.
Shorty, what is that tool you use to draw the volume profile from like certain?
It's called fixed profile. So if you go here or here, I actually saved it as a favorite, and I think it's here. Yeah. So under this little thing, what's called long short position, I don't even know what they call it. On the bottom, it's called fixed range volume profile. So what that does, it gives. I want to look at volume specifically in an area. Let's say, you know, there's a nice little consolidation that they had here. If I want to look at this volume, then I just grab it from here to here, and I can see where majority of the volume happened. Majority of the volume is right here where we just broke down. Then the value area low is right here, 83.76. So you can expect a bounce, you know, your responsive buyers to come through. And then if that's lost, that means that we're going to really, really accelerate here to dump down. So, you know, if we lose this 81.69, probably a high chance to accelerate 74. So I'm just looking at volume specifically in specific spots. And the reason why, you know, if I'm grabbing this like I did here, for instance, if I grab this one from here to here, it's telling me all these shelves of volume where the buyers are. So for instance, the majority of the buying was in this area. That's where they showed up, and look how long this tiny little shelf held. It held, and then it went all the way down, you know, now to this shelf here, and that one got rejected. And now this is your value area high here. And then here is your value area low, but this is where a majority of the volume happened. This is where the imbalance happened on this whole buying. And that's what we are interested in buying, right? I'm interested in buying this at $50 for the shares or whatever long-term options. But this repeats on every cycle, like literally on every cycle this repeats. Let me find out stock that I don't trade much.
Are you using that tool only on like more for like longer time frames, and then for like day to day, you're just using like the session volume profile?
No, I use this for interchangeably. I use it for both. So give me a ticker. I don't trade some money. So you got Walmart probably. I'll trade that. Okay, so Walmart's coming back to 130, which is a good range for people to like it. So if you look at this on, let's say, 5 minutes, okay? So let me go actually on 65 just to see the price action. So you see from here, this is where the imbalance happened, right? So if I look at this, we consolidated in this area, and then, you know, we popped from it. So this is where initially the imbalance happened, and you know, the price took off. And you could even say from here as well, right? It started here because they had the pre-release on the numbers. So if you grab the run-ups, meaning the trend up, so this whole period from here to here is trend up. It's making higher lows, higher highs, and then it's continuing up. So that means the heaviest buying on this whole run-up kind of happened here, right? So you would expect them to hold this level. On the retest, when it comes back down, you would expect it to hold this level. And it never really did. If you look at this, right, I mean, it really sliced through with the full candle and the volume picked up. So then if you pick up from here to see where a majority of the volume happened, again, it doesn't make sense because if you're running up, a lot of volume needs to be below to push the price up, not on the top to push the price down. So this is most likely heading back to the previous, if you go on 65 minutes or 1 day, in this case, it's going to go back to all the way down to the bottom of this, maybe 124 or so level, because it doesn't make sense how it took off, because it's all the retail driving it. And yeah, this is most likely headed right here to 122. So I'm just looking to see, when you're trending up, I want to see where the buyers are. If you're trending down, for instance, now, why did it reject where it rejected? It rejected at 142, but how many people you think in retail lost money because they saw this little gap here? You see that there's a gap here between this and this. they're like, man, it's gonna go all the way to 146, and look, I mean, they just quickly turn it around. So if you do this, and you're like, okay, well, let's see where, where's the heaviest, I don't know why I got, where's the heaviest volume of selling, right? So the selling, a lot of it happened here, which tells you that this was a fake sell-off too. You would think the majority of the sell-off would be there, but even though when you look at this here looks like a very, very strong volume. There's a lot of volume here. So in this area, this is a strong supply for Walmart, like a really, really strong supply. So there, if it ever comes up to this point, this is a really good short, but this takes time and patience. So now you can expect them to drive it back up to here, because really, this was the buyers here. This is where the buyers showed up and they drove the price up. But they are making you think that, it's valid and all of these things, the POC. No, they're going to come back all the way to 122. There's a $10 drop, and I'll probably consider shares of Walmart in this price. They're not going anywhere. They're the second biggest employer in the United States, only after government, so they're not going to go anywhere. Does that make sense, Ryan? If you're trending up, you grab it from the low to the highest, and then you look at the volume clusters to find the high volume clusters so you know where the buyers are. Okay?
Yeah, that helps. Thank you.
If I grab it now, from here to here, I'm looking where the sellers are and where the volume nodes are, so that way I can engage and know prematurely where are the sellers. Okay? Let's see, what else do you guys have in terms of...
Are you still going to do the trading view thing, or have you already done that?
No, I'm about to do the toss. That's why I'm asking if anyone's got anything else.
Yes, do square. Roses has asked for that a couple times.
Okay, let's see. Oh, man. Well, there it goes. It hit that level perfectly on the VPOX, and it dumped right from it. Wow. It has room now. It's headed back $63. 2 weeks out, you can't lose money on this guy short. So if somehow we get a push up tomorrow, 71.85, this is a great entry for short, and you can drive it up all the way down to that level. And then from, let's say if you're not short already, 68.5 would be a good entry for short. Come on. Yeah, call it 68 to be a big good entry for shorting here all the way to 63. So $5 here. $63.93. Call it 64. But yeah. And then it has value area low. It's not out of picture. If we break this, then you have. And I would try probably to kind of close out the puts around this area. 50, so that's good 8 points to drop. All right, well, if you guys don't have anything, we'll switch to kind of just talk about TOS and the best setups, not setups in terms of trading, but just kind of help you guys. This is my setup. I use a 49-inch monitor for TOS, so this really looks spaced out. And I used to have a lot more charts. I believe I used to have 16 or 18 charts on TOS, but now I kind of minimize it because I'm focusing more and more on less stocks to trade. So this becomes, really important for me that it's clean and I can kind of quickly look at it. So on the right, is everybody familiar with the active trader on TOS and how to turn it off and on? If you're not. Okay, so I'll just quickly cover it, right? So if you don't have it, right, you have these little right things here, and then on the top, you have these little 3 dots. If you click Customize Grid, and then you'll get this pop-up for every one of these charts. And you see here, the sidebar is not selected, for instance, on this chart. If I click that, it's going to give me this little sidebar that you see here. So if I maximize the screen here, I see that little sidebar. Now, if I click away, the sidebar goes away and gives you a little bit more charting space, right? So here now, if don't want to see the chart and I just want to see the active trader, I would just go here and click on the active trader, and I'll be able to see that, and I can unclick the chart, and here's only the active trader for Amazon. Okay, so now we'll just click the chart and we'll take away the active trader, and then I'll close this down. Does everybody understand? I'll cover up why you want to do this. So now what I typically do, and this is covered in multiple watch lists with catching rockets. I do have a watch list here for day trading and swing options. Usually I keep them here. I'm not big on trading, especially in the market that we are in now, so I avoid trade unless I know certainty and probabilities of a setup. I will not swing. We swung some SPY puts, for October, some Amazon puts, but that's just based on the levels we had, and we bought a lot of time to protect us, so we're pretty safe. So that's why I put them. But so now, if I switch here, we played 4130s and 4150s. I'm able to quickly trade this option, and you see how it's preloaded here. It says 4130s here, so I can quickly, click on this, and it looks a little bit weird on this screen. Let me just kind of minimize this. So now, let's see. I can quickly get in this contract, right? I can buy limits here. You can change the quantities here. What is your preset quantities, and then what does this click do? Does it increase by 1 or 2? You can buy market, sell market. You can flatten, meaning just kind of if you're long or short, or basically close it out, make it 0, right? And then I have the auto send enabled. If you don't have that enabled, it really is helpful. So when you click, if you don't have the auto send enabled, then you get a little box that comes up and it's like, hey, you confirm that you want to buy this, and by the time you buy it, the price already moved. When you click auto send, it really, really triggers it, where it skips that step of confirmation, but rather gives you the ability to be in the trade, fairly quickly. And sometimes when I'm trading live, you guys will hear me. Hey, I got in at 8.4, and I'm out at 8.7. I already had a buy order at 8.4, and I already had a sell order at 8.7, and it basically hit, and I'm out. And there's not much clicking where you have to click on the trade tab, and then copy and so on and whatnot. I don't do any of that. I do it straightly from this screen. My screen is, like I said, 49-inch monitor, so all of these are fairly nicely spaced out, so I have a lot of room to kind of play around. On the bottom right, I have ad, for those people that don't know ad. Who doesn't know what ad is?
I don't.
All right, good. So what ad does, it tells us advancing and declining. And what does that mean? So NYC, the stock exchange, has number of stocks, right? So on Friday, there was 2,300 stocks that were lower than their previous close. So if this was Friday, on Thursday, they closed, let's say 300 of them closed above their previous day close. Well, since then, all of them started, meaning this tells you if they're selling these stocks in NYC Stock Exchange. The lower the number, right? I mean, here it's pegged at 2,300. That means it's really, really negative. And you see here, we got a bounce, and just pay attention. If you go back to the charts, tell me when the sell-off started. They started selling heavily, all of the market at 1027. Now you go to SPX, same chart, 1027. Look at this. What happened to SPX here? This was a day low here that was set at 1005. Look what happened. They started selling it, and that was confirming the move. The whole market's moving. If ad in this case, and you have to type in the $ ad, if ad here was doing this, well, that was a divergence, and this happens. It happens very often. If this was starting to make bouncing, but this SPX was going down, not a bad level to buy, because it's telling you, S&P 500 makes up the biggest 500 companies of the stock, and they make up 70% of the value of a stock market, S&P 500. So if this is telling you, hey, we're selling or not, that's a pretty big deal. And then the same thing you can do for tick. Like that tells you, bullish, bearish as well. Are we selling on the instant? And you can keep this on fairly low levels, just kind of see what's going on. And another breadth indicator that we use, hold on, CPC. My brain just got Look at the CPC right here. Does anyone remember me talking about the 0.76 level at any point? Nobody. So, did anyone pay attention to this ringing up on Tuesday to 3.3 or 3.13? Do you guys see it being higher anytime before? Look at this, it only went higher like 2 times maybe, or even less. Look at this. Right here, it went to 177. So somebody loaded up quickly on the puts before this drop on Friday. Somebody knew. It's a really good one to kind of monitor. Right now, I would expect once they're able to kind of empty out here, I would say at this level, 106, they can push through that. And then here, this is where you would want to start getting out of the puts. They'll start scaling out as well in this area. They'll take out some here, and they'll kick some out here. And then basically you're just watching to make sure, you know, they're getting rid of the puts. They're going to start selling them right here when the market's ready to go up. This is going to go down. So your puts are going to be worthless, but they're going to make money because they sold the puts. Okay, let's see. So we talked about the active trader. This is really good. So I use that interchangeably here. It's add, TPC, pretty much any best indicator that I typically look at, I'll put that here. Even on VIX, I'll use that. And here, futures just ripped a little bit from 406 to 423, and I didn't get filled on this. So, and this would be a good short here, 430 coming up. Okay, so that's in terms of this, and then the setup. This is fairly important that you do. And then when you're kind of copying the contracts over, you just go to your trade tab. Let's say you want to pick up option chain for snow, and you want to buy these calls. You right-click copy. You come here. You can hit paste, I believe, or just hit Control V. You hit enter. Now you have that contract